My name is Edmund Bartlett, and I'm the Minister of Tourism for Jamaica. I'm here at this World Travel Market to meet and network with the leading distribution chains and particularly airlines, because airlift is a big issue for us, and we're on a mission to lift the arrivals and also improve the spend, which is very important.
How do you plan, what's the strategy for you to increase airlift, and where do you expect it to come from exactly?
Well, our three key markets are the US of A, Canada, and Europe. And we're good out of the USA, and to an extent Canada. But Europe is really where we need the additional work. And the UK is reasonably well served, but certainly Central and Eastern Europe. And then, of course, we have to look to the emerging markets of Asia. And today, tomorrow, we'll be spending some time talking with some of the airline partners to see how we can look at increasing airlifts into the Caribbean. And we have also to think through the Caribbean. While we think of Jamaica very strongly and centrally, we have to think of the Caribbean because there are synergies that can be obtained from a Caribbean connection which would benefit Jamaica.
What do you think, like you say, about the Caribbean connection? We had Vincent van der Wallace talking about the One Caribbean and people's perception about that. What do you think about that, and how does Jamaica fit into that picture?
Well, we fit very neatly into that picture, although from a geographical point of view, we're at the north, and the rest of the Anglophone Caribbean is essentially down to the south. But Jamaica is seen as the gateway to the Caribbean. So most times the connections are to the north and drift down to the south. And that linkage is important. Jamaica has also been the central tourism area, the largest island of the Anglophone chain, and also with the largest stopover arrivals, and generally regarded as a leader in the Caribbean. So you go to Jamaica, and then you go to the rest of the Caribbean.
And one thing that's true about Jamaica, you have an amazing diversity of product in terms of what you can do with the mountains, you can do with the sea, and you know that's probably unique in the Caribbean in many ways. How are you getting the word out about that?
Well, we have been utilizing our regular advertising agents and public relations and promotions. And we've been using institutional advertising as well, a lot of magazine, television work, and the diaspora, our diaspora, which is really very strong, especially here in the UK, in North America. And they've done a marvelous job in terms of getting the word out. But critical to also getting the word out is the simple response of the visitors who have come, who are satisfied. And we have a very enviable 50% return rate, which in the Caribbean, in most of our area, Jamaica stands supreme in terms of repeat business. And this is huge for us. And I think that has done marvelously well. Also, investments. And it is amazing the impact on the marketplace that new investments have, especially large, highly integrated investors who, like some of the Spanish investors who are coming in. And the impact of their huge global marketing network is brought to bear on your efforts in Jamaica, and it helps a lot.
And last question, you've got some new products coming online, like Falmouth, Newport is going to open up, in the near future. What are the products we've got coming online that are going to create sort of a buzz in the marketplace?
Firstly, our integrative efforts at providing a richer and more varied product offering is taking us to where Jamaica started. We started as an exclusive, high-end luxury destination. In the 50s and 60s, Jamaica was the playground of the rich and the famous. Well, we're going back there. And so that we're going to be having about 10,000 new rooms at the top end within the next 5 to 8 years. And the development at Harmony Cove in Trelawney, 5,000 rooms, varied top-end areas, including sports tourism and golfing as the centerpiece. And then in the elegant corridor of Rose Hall in Montego Bay, we're having about 4,000 of that high-end quality. Again, golf. And we have 3 of the finest golf courses anywhere in the western area, right there in Montego Bay. Then Port Antonio. And Port Antonio originally was the place. And we're going back to Port Antonio to really make Port Antonio the mecca and the ultra upscale, exclusive luxury center of Jamaica's tourism. That will be Port Antonio. So we're looking at that. Then on the cruise tourism side, Falmouth is going to be the new center. We're building the largest port ever made in the Caribbean for the largest cruise passenger ship that is ever made in the world, the Genesis. And the Genesis is due to arrive in Jamaica in the winter of '09. And we'll be ready, 9,000 passengers and crew. And that port in Falmouth will have some 30,000 cruise passengers coming on board every week. Now that's huge. So we then need what I call the hook to bring heads to beds, and that's attractions. And we're going full scale for attractions, all sorts of attractions. We already have excellent heritage attractions, eco attractions. We're going now for health tourism. We're going for sports in a big way, and golfing in a huge way. And we're going for entertainment theme parks and water parks and gaming.
Thanks very much, Evan.
Thank you very much.